But yeah, I would say Rock versus Hogan is probably my favorite ever wrestling match. And was that WrestleMania 18? Okay, yeah. That's probably my favorite ever wrestling match for a lot of reasons. I feel like that, for me, just epitomized everything about sports entertainment. You know, of course, it's like, you know, there's a wrestling side to it, the entertainment side to it, the drama side. It just did everything well. And not just the match, of course, the build up to the match that goes in a long way into the match and how you feel about the match. The fact that everybody went in there as a Rock fan cheering the Rock, and by the end of it, everybody was like cheering for Hulk Hogan, because like Hogan made it, just ran right through. And it was, even though I'm watching it on TV, right, you know, I'm watching it on television, it was like just it felt like I was there, right? You know what I mean? It's a close. I feel like just that the atmosphere of what he was watching, it was like the closest you could feel to just being there without actually being there. But yeah, that Rock versus Hogan is, yeah, that's my favorite ever wrestling match. There's been plenty of great wrestling matches over the years, of course, but that is definitely my favorite. But it was just a moment, I think. Everybody just got so caught up in a moment, and especially, I mean, we know Hogan's been in WCW for like a while, and then he came back to WWE, but, you know, a lot of people, like myself included, didn't watch WCW, so even though we knew he was there, we hadn't seen him for a long time, right? Because he hadn't really watched WCW like that, so he hadn't seen Hogan for the longest time. So him coming back, it's almost like he was just away. Forget WCW. It just felt like he was away, and then he came back, and he comes back as a heel with NWO rather, excuse me. You know, Scott Hall, Kevin Nash, rest in peace, Scott Hall. And you know, they'll do that whole thing, and you know, having, and then yeah, of course, they're starting the feud with The Rock, talking about, oh yeah, you know, he's, and then that match being set up, and I mean, you guys convinced it was real, and anyone said it wasn't, it was prepared for hands. Hey, you know what? Wrestling is real. I don't care what nobody says. I don't care what nobody says. Wrestling is real. Wrestling is as real as anything. Listen, when you're watching a match and you're just so invested in it, like, okay, I get it. Yeah, it's predetermined and it's staged and they plan things out and blah 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 blah. I know that. I'm not naive here, but when you're watching it and you're just so invested in the match and what's going on and their promos and everything else, that's real, man. That is as real as anything. That is as real as anything. You know, when Steve Austin gets run over in a car and you don't know who it is, who's the mysterious driver. That's real, man. That's real. Or when was it Undertaker getting buried alive? Oh, actually, you know what is definitely real? Mankind getting thrown off the top of the Hell in a Cell. That's real. Come on, man. That's real. But you know, it's just like, you know, I get it. Like it's not like boxing or whatever. It's staged. It's planned out. It's entertainment. But for me, I just feel like that doesn't make it fake. The fact that it's, you know, what it is, that doesn't make it fake for me. It's not like, you know, back in the 1940s or whatever, when everybody was trying to trick you into thinking it's something that it's not. You know, for wrestling for the longest time now hasn't really tried to convince anybody that it's anything but entertainment. You know, so people who watch wrestling, they know the score, they know what it's about, but you watch it anyway because what you feel, you know, that's real, man. That's real.